coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Oakland Raiders. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Well, it might not be enough to solve the drought problems here in the Golden State, but it sure is coming down pretty good here in Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Oakland Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This one taken from the 7th. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
36.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, Brandon. Turn it over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 37.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. 1st down, Mariota. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, Mariota again. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. They'll roll him out right. He'll try and run it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the 1st quarter, like you said, to set the tone. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Raider D, they get the football back.
I actually like the fake, all right? They gave it a shot. This is one of those plays where you really think you're going to fool people because he shoveled it off to the kicker, and he was going to try and get it running. We have seen it be successful before, but definitely not on this point.
Yeah, and he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
That's what I do.
Now Carr. And he's going to go down again.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time it's a sack. Come on, fellas.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And the pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Returnable here for Davis. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week: 16 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. From the gun, Mariota. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mariota now. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. To the air again, Mariota. The throw taken in by Sims. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Carr throwing on second down. He'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, spinning away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson. And that takes us from second to third down. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Carr. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here come the Lions now. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mariota. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
The first down carry here for Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota on the move to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and the Raiders pick it up. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
Carr now on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
You got nothing. Hey, check the
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
To throw, it's Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Josh Jacobs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Caden Smith, the tight end, and it's third down. The Lions on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. On first down, it's Johnson. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Mariota. And he's going to keep it here. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
To throw again on second down. Mariota, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
But no takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Harris Campbell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And the catch made by Johnson. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Throwing, Mariota. This is Johnson. He's got it. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Mariota now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Mariota again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And now Derek Carr. He is the focus of our players' spotlight. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Here's Carr throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr, pass incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start with one of the better divisional rivalries around. Kansas City in the Mile High City to take on Denver. And that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. From there, we head over to the Pacific Northwest, check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. Brandon Cooks, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And as you see, they were winners in their ball game. Miles Boykin, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On third down, Mariota. Johnson's got it complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up fourth down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. On play action, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Hey, we're good.
It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 41-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Carr. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 21 yards there on 3rd down. On the draw, Richard. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the 2nd half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mariota now. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Mariota. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Johnson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and inches, Mariota rolling to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. From the 35 on 2nd down, Carr drops this off to Richard. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Marcus Mariota getting ready to go again here on offense. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Been a good leadership and a good distributor. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Mariota now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll throw again. Mariota steps away. He'll run it. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero. Give
him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. To throw Mariota. He finds his man Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Let's go.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Mark 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He may try and run for this. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And Adams has it complete. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Let's go.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Running is Jacobs, and he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. The Raiders on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hold on. 56, Mike, 56. Oh, yeah. It's the return.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. To throw on 3rd down. Carr. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Mariota on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Max Crosby, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack on first down, Mariota complete. It's Johnson. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
The previous play is under review.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. And the catch made by Johnson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Here's Mariota, firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. He gets this one to Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Looking to throw again on second down. Mariota, and it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 25 seconds to go. A must recover if they're going to have any chance. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Oakland, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.